All right, 8th grade math students, this is lesson 9.1. This is the your turn and the guided practice. And this is for you in case you were absent or you want to watch again what we did in class today. So the first thing we did is we took a look at that your turn that you were supposed to do at the end of our quote-unquote notes yesterday. So what we need to do in this your turn is the figure shows a parallelogram ABCD. We need to graph the image of the parallelogram after a translation of 5 units to the left and 2 units down. So to do that, we are going to take each one of these points and translate them, the number of given units, and then indicate that that is our new image and our new point. So we're going to take A, and we're going to translate it 5 units to the left and 2 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2 down. And like we talked about in class today, we use that prime notation. That indicates that that image has, that figure has been transformed. Fun little way to remember that we talked about in class is think of Transformers. Think of the movies Transformers. The lead guys are called primes, right? So when you transform something, we have to indicate that by using prime. Optimus Prime, Transformers, okay? So we're going to continue to translate this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2 down. Now this is point B prime, we're using that little tick. 4, point D, 5 points over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 down. D prime. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2 down. And this is C prime. Okay, so then I'm going to connect my points. And if I was to identify this, I would call this parallelogram A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. And that would indicate that that is my transformed figure. Something else I want to tangent on here just for a second, and this will help you with your homework down the line, specifically problem 8, which is asking to identify sides that are congruent. Now remember, congruent is same size, same shape. And looking back at our Explore activities, we know that there's no change in side length for transformed figures. There's no change in angle measurements for translated figures. So they are the same size and the same shape. So if I'm looking for corresponding sides to see if they're congruent, I would indicate, for example, that side AB, and I'm going to use this notation, side AB and side A prime, B prime, so this corresponding side, are congruent. I can also say that side BC and side B prime, C prime are congruent. Okay, so I of course could go through and continue with CD, side CD and side C prime D prime, and side DA and side D prime A prime are also congruent. But what I wanted to show you is that notation. So you want to make sure that you're using line AB and line A prime B prime, or side AB and side A prime B prime. That is the correct notation. You do need to make sure that you are using that as you go through this assignment and the future assignments with transformations. All right, so guided practice. This is the first half of your assignment, and we're going to go through this together. We went through it together in class. The first one we're looking at is a vocabulary question, and you can find these vocabulary terms on that page 279, the very first page of the Explore activities. A blank is a change in the position, size, or shape of a figure. So that's our big overarching category. That is transformations. Transformations is the big category within geometry that contains the changes. Okay, then we have specific type of changes. We have translation, reflection, rotation, dilation. Those are all types of transformation. Number 2 is another vocabulary term. When you perform a transformation on a figure on the coordinate plane, the input, or the starting, of the transformation is called the preimage. This is the before, the term for the before or the start. And the output of the transformation is called the image. That's the after the transformation. So if we look at number 3, Joni translates a right triangle 2 units down and 4 units to the right. So if I've got a right triangle here, I'm going to label that A, B, C, and I am translating that 4 units, 2 units down, and 4 units to the right. Then I have triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Okay? So how does the orientation of the image of the triangle, so the image, the after, compare with the pre-orientation of the pre-image, so before? So how does the translated one compare with the original one? Orientation is direction, right? So is our A still on top? Is our B still on the right? Is our C still on the left? Yes. Orientation has not changed. Orientation is not affected. Orientation does not change. So then let's go ahead and take a look at number 4. Rashid drew rectangle PQRS on a coordinate plane. Let's go ahead and draw this. PQRS. He then translated the rectangle up 3 units and 3 units to the left. So let's say we go up and over 3 units. And we now have the image, which he labeled P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime. So we've got P prime, Q prime, R prime, and S prime. How does rectangle PQRS and rectangle P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime compare? So how do these compare? And so what we talked about in class today is there's 4 things that you want to look at in transformations. You want to look at size. Does size change? No, size did not change. Does shape change? No, shape did not change. Side lengths are still the same, angles are still the same. So size and shape did not change. Did orientation change? No, orientation did not change. P is still top left, Q is still top right, R is still bottom right, and S is still bottom left. Orientation did not change. So what did change? The 4th thing we look at is that location. So location changed, and that's the only thing. So if we are comparing, we can say that no change to size and shape or orientation, only change in location. Only location changed. And we can also throw in a vocabulary word here. We can say that the image and the pre-image are congruent. I'm going to put that up here. Pre-image and image are congruent. And that's a term that you're going to see a lot as we go through geometry. Congruent means same size, same shape. So they have the same size, the same shape, no change to size, shape, orientation, only to location. So that was kind of the long answer there. But now make sure the understanding is complete. Number 5, the figure shows trapezoid WXYZ. Graph the image, so we're going to graph the after the transformation, of the trapezoid after a translation of 4 units up and 2 units to the left. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to take each one of these points and translate them the number of units we were given. So we're going to take W and go 4 units up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 to the left, 1, 2, and this becomes W prime, because remember it's been transformed, we need to indicate that. Same thing with X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, becomes X prime. Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, Y prime, and Z, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, Z prime. I'm going to connect my points. So I've got a figure that has the same size, same shape, same orientation, just moved location, slid it along a straight line. So finally, our essential question here is, what are the properties of translation? So you could write something pretty clear and concise and say, translations preserve size, shape, and orientation. You could say, translations are a type of transformation that only change location. You could say, in translations, preimages and images are congruent. I'm going to go ahead and kind of combine all of those just so we've got a pretty thorough understanding of the properties. And so my answer is going to be a little bit long, but I'm going to say translations are a type of transformation that slides a figure along a straight line. There is no change to size, shape, or orientation, only location. And I'm also going to add that the preimage and image are congruent. And remember, that's a vocab word. We're going to see it a lot. Same size, same shape. Okay, so that's the end of guided practice. It's pretty thorough in some of the descriptions and a little bit got some extended explanations there, but hopefully that connects some of our understanding of this. So tonight you were supposed to finish up, and in class you're supposed to finish up the rest of this assignment, which is 7 through 12, and the hot questions. If you have questions as you go through them, please note that, please write them down, and let's go over them together in class. I'll see you guys in class later.